Hey, gorgeous souls. I'm so glad you're here with me. I am really excited today because I am not only coming live with you via Facebook, this is why I'm recording in a different way. I'm also going to be opening my new YouTube channel so I can share with people that aren't on Facebook and sharing with on Instagram as well. So that's why we have this new template. So just a quick recap of who I am. I'm Tracy Zaclardi. My company is Empowered Ascension because my intent is always to empower you to empower yourself through your beautiful, unique ascension journey. And really, my role is kind of an activator to support activations within people to unlock a remembrance of the truth of really who they are. I always say I'm not really teaching, I'm unlocking a remembrance that you already know about who you are. So I'll come live with you each week on all of these platforms to bring my insights, guidance, keys and codes to support you with always with for the highest intent to support you and empower you to empower yourself. So this first live that will be going live on YouTube as well is really incredible time because we have had a huge influx of light. So the cosmic happenings have been absolutely massive. So I'm going to recap them very quickly because there's been so much today. Or over the last few weeks, should I say. I'm going to recap them very quickly today. And then I am going to go through 5 real key points to support you to navigate this for your highest potential, to merge out of the other side in with the highest potential for yourself, the biggest shifts, changes, and transformation, merging into a higher and future version of yourself. So what's been going on? You know, I have to go back really to the 1st of November 2024, where I felt that kind of activated that doorway, the 111 doorway activated for the next 10 days until the 1111 portal, a huge clearing within us. So we were all, you know, being given this beautiful opportunity to see our shadow. You know, we've been in Scorpio season. There's just been so much going on, but it's been giving us a wonderful a wonderful opportunity to see our shadows, our wounds, where we're running our consciousness through our lower attributes, to be able to, I feel, when we see something that's deeply hidden within us that we've perhaps not owned already, or we've not seen already, or we've suppressed, we're 80% there to clear it. So as soon as we shine the light of awareness on it, it opens it up to clear. And then we had that beautiful 1111 portal. Now, I don't know about you, but I felt an absolute paradigm shift. I felt light assimilating in every cell of my body. Everything felt a little bit weird. It was like, oh, wow, this is strange. You know, it was a real opportunity to go deeply into introspection, deep within, to embody that light and to allow that light to assimilate within the cells of our body. And then moving into that, we had that beautiful full moon, super full moon in Taurus on the 15th, which, you know, wow, the way I described that and the way it came through from my guides to me was this snow globe. Imagine your reality, your sphere of reality, your holographic sphere as a giant snow globe. And Uranus came along to shake that snow globe up and to wake us up, wake up. It gave us a really good shake. And then the energy of Neptune being so huge around that time as well really brought in that foggy energy of which set the stage for us to go into even deeper introspection because we couldn't see the wood for the trees. You know, imagine the snow in the snow globe, the glitter in the snow globe, obstructing our view, and then Neptune's fogginess coming over the top of that. So we can't see through our physical eyes or our rational mind. So we were drawn to go deep within to get clarity from within, practicing that deep inner claircognizance, deep inner knowing, deep inner feeling, clairsentience. And that beautiful energy of Taurus helping us to ground, be really grounded while we went through this massive shake-up, because it was like there was this huge wobble. And I was talking in my group today, and I was saying, really what it was giving us the opportunity to is to rip off the plaster. Here in the UK, we call it a plaster, but different countries call it band-aids. I would say, what have we placed a band-aid over? A deep, deep wound that we have, and we've placed a band-aid over it. The ego has, with a false identity, a false belief system, a person, a home, a job, a habit, whatever it is. It's giving us the opportunity, all of this energy to, and that full moon, to really deeply shine a light on things that we've not seen yet, or things that we've deeply suppressed. So we could be so courageously rip off that plaster, that band-aid, and see that wound that was there, and actually not through unconditional love, acknowledgement, owning all of ourselves, feel that and clear it. So we can heal that part of ourselves and move into a greater oneness with the truth of really who we are. So, that was big energy in and of itself. And I don't know about you, but my snow globe was shaking. It was like, I was given a really good shake around, and I'm sure you all were too. And what that can do is it can really bring us out of balance a little bit. Our ego is screaming at us, this isn't your fault. This is happening to you. You're a victim of this. This isn't you. Don't feel it. Don't look at it. Don't see it. And your ego starts to create all of these crazy stories about what's happening. And if you're still feeling like you're in that, especially if you can just pause, go into your heart and reframe, this is happening for me. There's a huge amount of light coming into the planet. This is happening for me. I'm just going to surrender. I'm going to go through 5 points to really support you with that practice in a moment. Because then we moved in over the last couple of days to a beautiful Pleiadian portal where the Pleiades, the seven sisters, are aligned with Earth and the Sun. And when that happens, we bring through that energy of, that's our galactic origins. That's, without going into too much detail, and you can find all this information about in my teacher's incredible book Beyond Doorways by Alexis Cartwright. That's our galactic origins. That's within our DNA. So when we align with the Pleiades in this way, we're bringing through a much deeper connection to home, to the truth of who we are, to our spiritual growth, to unlocking remembrance of the truth of who we are. Also, beautiful divine feminine energy. And with it being opposite the sun, which is the masculine, it's really been asking us to come back into balance. So that plaster would have been over a wound that was stopping you, pulling you out of balance in some way between your divine feminine and divine masculine attributes. Your divine feminine, your deep inner knowing, your clear skills, opening the psyche, the way you run your emotions, your sensitivity to things, and then the masculine, your strength, your vitality, your doing energy. So the receiving from the feminine and the giving from the masculine. And where are we out of alignment with that within our lives, and where have we put a false identity or a person over the top of in form of the plaster that's hiding that? So we've been given this opportunity to rip off that plaster, and with this beautiful Pleiadian energy, really see where we've been out of balance within, between heaven and earth, between our physical reality and our spiritual reality, between divine feminine, divine masculine, between head and heart, the right and left hemispheres of the brain, all kinds of things, all different for each of us. And then today, that's culminating today with the final movement of Pluto moving into Aquarius. So it's been in Capricorn for the last 16 years. And so we've been really looking at big picture, abuse of power, top-down structures. I feel for us individually, how we utilize our power, how we run our energy. Is it through our higher attributes or through our lower? Are we responding from our own pain, or are we seeing the bigger picture? So we've been really having a lot of lessons around that. Also, on the full moon, Saturn station direct, and Saturn being the lord of karma and life lessons, is bringing all of this energy together, is bringing this huge energy of completion, a culmination of karmic cycles and completion of what we've been learning and growing and expanding through over not only the last 6 months with the Saturn retrograde, but the last 16 years with the Pluto in Capricorn. Now, Pluto's shifting signs. One of my beautiful clients today said, she actually yelped, "Yay!" It was like this yay moment. I was explaining the energy being like a snow globe, and I woke up this morning to this beautiful silence and stillness. And I looked out of the window, and it was snowing, and it's the first snow we've had this year in the UK, and the snow was coming down. That smell of snow and that beautiful eerie silence in the air, and that's how it felt. It felt like that big shift had happened and the snow was coming down. So our snow globes, our reality is being shook up, and the snow was settling, the glitter was settling, and we could see with pristine clarity around the lessons that we've been given, the opportunity to see, and the wounds that were beneath those plasters, those band-aids. So there's a lot of energy, an awful lot of energy coming through to supporters to move into a deeper alignment with the truth of who we really, really are. I'll talk more as we move through the weeks of that energy of Pluto moving into Aquarius, but big picture, it's about unity. It's about heart consciousness. It's about consciously co-creating your new earth reality, beautiful unconditional love, abundance, and all that brings. So first of all, I want to talk about the 5 keys that I've brought through to support you if you're still feeling wobbly within this energy. First of all, ground as much as you can. I'm wearing green. We're grounding into the earth. Be really stable. Stabilize your energy. If you're here, you're a light worker. Our role as a light worker is to channel light through our body and ground it into the earth and to stabilize our field so we can be a pillar of light for the rest of humanity. So, the 5 keys, they all kind of come under this beautiful big heading. I've done a post on Facebook recently about it called surrender. It's all about if we can surrender to what is in our now moment, the present moment, be in the present moment. If we can fully surrender, then we can move through with much more ease and grace. We don't get stuck in it. We don't get we don't allow our ego to buy into all that it's screaming at us. We say, no, this is happening for me. I'm going to surrender into this. And the 5 key points around that surrender. 1, be unconditional. Unconditional means there's no judgment. So bring through unconditional love and compassion for yourself and for others as you see yourself wobbling and others wobbling. And if you find yourself judging yourself, just feel into that and let that judgment go. Be unconditional. This is how we grow and evolve. We have to go through this process. It's happening for us. Remember, it's happening for us. 2, through complete and utter acceptance of what's happening in that now moment, and also acceptance of yourself. If you see something deep within the shadow of yourself, like I say, we're still in Scorpio season for another couple of days. If you see something deep within yourself that you're like, oh, I shouldn't be like that. That's really bad. That's a horrible way to be. I'm ashamed of myself for having that. It's like we have to see our shadow. As soon as we see it, it transmutes into the light if we choose for it to go. We choose what we take with us, the wisdom of something, and we choose what we release and let go of. But we have to see it first. It's like the dismantling of the 3D reality. It's getting louder and bigger and more chaotic because it all has to be seen to be dismantled. That's as within, so without. That happens within us as well. So through an unconditional space of not judging ourselves, can we accept everything that's in our now moment is happening for us? And can we allow ourselves to see things within us that we perhaps are ashamed of, or that we didn't want to own, or that we didn't want to see? And in the past, we've projected that out onto that person's like that, but that's not within me. Remember, everyone's a mirror, really supporting us to see what's deep within us. If it comes into my reality, I own it and say, okay, what's this showing? What's this showing for me? And I try and accept it all with love for myself, that's been a part of me, which has been created through wounds and traumas and condensed memory-based pain from many, many past lives. And it's being seen now because it's ready to clear. So I can release and let go and move into a higher, let go of false identities, false belief systems, and move into a deeper, authentic truth of really who I truly am. Okay. So that's the acceptance piece. Third, detach. It's really, really important to detach from expectations, outcomes, what you think is going to be happening, who you thought you were, who you thought you're becoming, but also to everything around you. And it can feel really painful and really make you feel unstable and not so safe when we do this, but to people, to places, to foods, to everything. If we can let go and detach from needing something outside of us to make us feel safe and protected, we can, it doesn't, excuse me, by the way, it doesn't mean that you're going to lose that thing. When we cut cords or when we detach, we're cutting cords and detaching from the karmic, from the need to have that thing, to plaster over a wound. We're letting go of that. It doesn't mean we lose the relationship, the friendship, the food, the home, the job, whatever. That's your choice. That's your absolute choice. You have complete free will. When we can detach, through holding that higher perspective that everything is happening for us and being beautifully cradled by our higher self, and we're aligned with divine will, we can truly allow ourselves to surrender even more, and to flow through this incredible shift that we're going through. And then 4 is being open to receive, your clarity and guidance. Can you accept when anything in your now moment, and can you accept that you actually might not know why that's happening yet, but you have absolute trust and faith that you're being held and guided and supported. So and then setting your intention, asking your higher self, please bring me clarity, and then being really open, that divine feminine attribute of being really open to receive that guidance when it comes through for you, and to own it, to own that guidance as it comes through. It's only you that know. It's through that deep introspective journey that you will know, and it'll all just, light bulbs will go off and you'll be like, oh, okay, there you go. And then 5 is choose to release, choose to let go of these old ways of being, the old ways of thinking, negative thought patterns, running your emotions through lower attributes, responding from your pain. Any old patterns that have all come up, you've done all the work at this point, that have all come up to be seen and felt, just choose to release them and let them go, and choose to take the wisdom with you. You're merging with a higher and future self. You're decoding the past to recode the future. It's this beautiful infinity spiral of decoding and recoding. And it will take you into a beautiful purification. So I was teasing in my mastership group today, saying, I had 7 minutes of this beautiful bliss with the snow, and then I felt the energies running again. And that's because this whole process, this initiation, propels us into a deep purification, mind, body, soul, and spirit, assimilation of the light, so we can crystalline that light and embody it into our body, so we change completely the way we see and perceive ourselves in reality, but also the way we choose to show up in it, the way we are being within our reality. So we're moving into that energy now, of being that. Now, why is this all happening? So we know it's our ascension, we know it's to expanding consciousness, and we know ultimately it's to get rid of and release old paradigms that just no longer serve us anymore, old ways of being. But it's also so we can start to merge with that higher and future self and really become the conscious co-creator of our reality. So we're consciously co-creating with the goddess, through our higher attributes, through seeing the light, looking to the future, holding the highest vision, embodying light in our body so we can consciously co-create our new earth reality, internally, externally, supporting the collective. Now, I have a beautiful Facebook community called the Spiral Temple of Empowered Ascension. And within that community, it's a free group, free community. I run Soul Expansion series. I think this will be my 10th one. In a few weeks' time, I think I'm going to run it over the week of the 12/12 portal because that feels like it's going to be really powerful. I'm going to run my next Soul Expansion series, a 3-day series, and that is going to be something I've not even designed it yet, but it's coming through as consciously co-creating in aligned with divine will, a divine alignment, co-creating through divine alignment, something like that. We're going to be looking at the alchemy involved, the process involved, how we can move towards letting go of the random, letting go of things happening to us, completely letting go of that victim mentality, owning our own sphere, completely owning our own sphere, and consciously co-creating with the goddess, bringing through from the unmanifested into the manifested, your highest timeline, what you want to, how you want to feel, what you want to create, what you want to birth, the legacy that you want to leave. Those energies of unconditional love, of abundance, of beauty, of joy, of peace, of bliss, of fulfillment, of service at our highest level. So I'm going to put a link above to my free Facebook community, Spiral Temple of Empowered Ascension. And you can come and join us, and I'll create some adverts and you can join that way too. Now, if you're not on Facebook, if you are watching this through YouTube, I'll be very excited. Those Soul Expansion series are live for 5 days. They're kept in the Facebook community for 5 days, and then they're moved over to my private portal, which is a beautiful community of light and ascension called Ascend. And there's a massive library. All 10 Soul Expansion series are there, hundreds of hours of teachings. I run a full transparent healing session on that group once every new moon. A purification, sacred circle of fire every full moon with live sessions with each. I come on and I channel about that month's cosmic energy, so we know what's coming, so we can embrace it for the highest good. There's a whole energy library where you can go in and have energy run on you every day, daily divination, energy library. There's all kinds of juicy gorgeousness within Ascend. I've been running that for 5 years and supporting people through transference healing, alchemy, and my own channelings within that community. So there is that other way to watch that. There is a monthly subscription group that you choose to manage yourself. So you can come in for a month, try it, and if it's your home, stay forever. And if it's not, then you can cancel out of the subscription. So you also would have a way to access those teachings. Okay. All right, my darlings, it's great to see you here. Please comment and share if you are watching this on YouTube. I should be super, super excited, or on Instagram, and I will catch up with you all next week. Take care, darlings. Thank you for being here. I love you so deeply. Bye.